Hi folks, so the title of this video is Winner or Loser. Let's start out with the timestamps. So it's about 4:30. It is October 17th, Friday. This is 80.9 degrees. That's probably because it's in the sun. 71 there, and I showed you guys before, sun's not quite on my batteries. 20.6 centigrade. Welcome to Friday. Winner or loser? I bought another eBay engine because that's what I do, and here it is. Came in this fancy tote. Came from a young man known as Jason in Florida. Believe it or not, I think the engine was 40 bucks. Then it cost me like 80 something to get it shipped here, so I don't know, call it a $125 engine. And you say, wow, spent a lot of money for an engine. What's the story? What is it any good? And you got to figure that out fairly quickly, or if you're looking at the eBay pictures, you try to figure it out. So first of all, you look the engine over. What do you have? What don't you have? I was able to tell from the pictures, first of all, that these were good. If one of these is snapped off, then the head could be no good, right? And if the head's no good, if the engine itself is junk, a big hunk of what you want from the engine, you know, is junk. So you're buying an unknown engine and you look at the pictures. If this is screwed up, you're in trouble. Just quickly looking into the exhaust port, this engine might be a bit of an oil burner. I wasn't able to determine that by the pictures, but that's one of the risks you take. The advance is there, but they took off the CDI pickup cable, so that's gone. By the way, it's a 82 185 with the downshift pattern, which to me, I kind of like that engine, right? The motor mounts seem to be here. I don't see any cracks in the case, which is all good. I was able to see the sprocket there. It's missing one of the bolts. Not that big a deal. You can see there's some wear on the sprocket, but not horrible. The electrical system is located underneath the flywheel here, which is good. Looking at the flywheel, this is slightly mushroomed. I can't tell if they had the flywheel out. There is one thing that's a little bit concerning. As you're looking at the flywheel area, once again, you can't see this from eBay pictures. But as you look in that hole and you have loose debris like that, that's normally not a good sign. So I don't know. The flywheel might not be any good. If that's probably, my guess is that's broken off the flywheel. But it could be that I have a dead flywheel and a dead stator. So what am I looking at here so far for parts? Just off the top of your head, what do you think you have? These sprockets, even in this kind of shape, are $20 bills, right? They typically sell them for around 20. I'm not sure if I'm going to get anything out of this. If I do get the wire stator combo, if this is good, I don't know, that's worth, you know, 25, 35, 45, 55 bucks, depends. This is good, right? It's got the springs working all. That's another $20 bill. The head looks like it's good, 50 bucks. So to me, this thing is more, even if it's not a good solid running engine, it's probably worth what I paid for it, the 125 bucks. Once again, I'm hoping this is good. I could probably, where's my meter hanging out? I could probably just, you know, check it very, very quickly and get an ohm reading on that. Sorry about the wind, and that'll tell me. They haven't messed with this engine too much. You can see it's still got the plastic cover. over the timing chain adjuster, the timing chain to the valves. So normally that gets lost pretty early. These bolt holes are good. So this external plate is in decent shape. From the looks of it, you know, I went through all the photos. I personally think this is going to be a running engine. I'm not gonna get to firing it up tonight, but hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to fire it up and show you guys that she is a running engine. For me, I'm probably not going to use any of this. I'm probably just going to put a CDI on it and use my portable ignition box. I'll hang it on a frame with a couple of bolts, get it fired up, and see what I have. See if she smokes really bad or not. Oh, I do have my meter floating, right? My portable CDI box, right? All I have to do is hook up to the CDI unit, right, and we're all good. So it has 12 volts in there to power. I have a DC powered CDI in it, so all I have to do is hook up the 12 volts and I'm all good. Here, let's do a quick check on this puppy, see if yeah, I don't know if I'm getting a good hook up to this wire here. Yeah, give me 1 second. Well, helps if you pick a working meter, I guess, right? Yeah, this meter isn't reading for whatever reason. Alright, you should always check your meter before you start testing things, but we'll see what kind of shape she's in. I'll take you guys along for that ride. So I gotta get this thing running. I spent a few more minutes checking out the snowblower here, the Honda, and it turns out it's not sparking at all. I changed the plug. Actually, I just used a new plug to see if I could get it to spark, and she was not sparking. I then checked the internet. Some Honda motors, if you don't have oil in them, they will not spark. I checked to see if that was true, and I looked over the motor, and it does not seem to need oil to be able to spark. I mentioned to you guys that I got like millions of these meters floating around. Once again, when I could get them for free, I jump right on them. Because when I was a kid growing up, the only way you could get a digital multimeter was a fluke, and a fluke was like hundreds of dollars in the 70s and 80s, and hundreds of dollars when most people were making. It was like a week's pay. A fluke meter was like a week's pay back when I was a kid. This thing's ripe for batteries. You can see the little warning there. But let's see if my stator's any good. sure I got good hookup. Huh. When you're looking at, that's like 1,000 ohms. I'm not thinking the stator. I don't think the stator's any good. I think it's damaged. Oh, one other quick thing. I checked, right, neutral. And if you one click down, right, it goes into gear, so the transmission seems to be good, and that also indicates the clutch is good. If you're shifting this thing like I am with the vice grips, don't grab it here, don't screw those up. And if you do grab it on the shaft and you have to take it apart at some point, make sure you clean the shaft up, or you're going to damage that O-ring there. So I've told you everything I know about engines, and this is just a quick diagnostic video, just to see what we have. I just want to double check the meter. Yeah, this meter, even though the battery's low, it'll go all the way down. So I'm thinking the stator is no good on this thing. Seems at 1,000 ohms is a little high for a stator. By the way, I do keep spare stators floating around, so we could give one a quick poke. See what we got. Here we have a stator. Right. And I could go direct, right? I just probe here to ground, and it'll tell me what kind of shape my stator's in. I don't know if you can see that. It was telling me about 200 ohms, 190 something ohms. I think you guys could see that. 193. I'm having trouble keeping contact and handling the meter and all at the same time. So you should be looking at about 200 ohms, and I'm looking at 2,000 ohms. So that stator's probably damaged. For my ability to start it up, if I use my portable CDI unit, it really, that doesn't really matter. I could start it up. I'm not using the stator to power the CDI unit. I'm using a 12 volter, and I got the batteries inside to power the 12 volter. But I do want to get underneath that flywheel and make sure that I have nothing in there that's gonna grind up and finish killing everything else underneath there, or locking up, or possibly even damaging the case. So I need to get underneath there and figure out what's going on. If I had to guess, this was probably a running engine, and their problem was underneath here. Some of the older guys, some of these older 185s, the stator coil would go. The stator coil was kind of the weak link, so maybe that's what was wrong with the engine. It died for that reason, and it was taken apart and sold for that reason. I kind of like figuring out what's wrong with them, why they were put up. There could have been more reasons, or they could have screwed it up getting it, after they took it off, right? A lot of kids just tear them apart, make a mess out of them. But anyway, let's hope that's it. Folks, thank you for watching and commenting and subscribing. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde. Till then, remember, keep your feet down, keep your head up, and enjoy all your days now. Bye.